This is the Beat of Sports with Marc Daniels.
Happy Friday, boys and girls, and welcome to the Beat of Sports. Access the program at FM 96.9 AM 740, live on the iHeart app, no matter where you're in the world, and you can watch the video stream. Go to our YouTube page, 96 The Game Orlando. Click on the logo on the live button. You can watch us. That's what you want to do. You can also access that on Twitter, 96.9 Game On. Hello, Chris. How are you?
Hello, Mark. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Good. It's Friday. Feel good.
Yeah.
Summertime. You know,
Friday, game 2 of the finals tonight.
fired up.
Yep.
I told Kelly, and in 2 weeks I'm going to be married 32 years.
Well, better make sure you get that right.
How great my wife last night, who by the way locked in during the Stanley Cup final. Great game. Okay, it's 2-0,
Nice.
and you know nothing's going on, and then all of a sudden all hell breaks loose. Overtime game, and she says, "I'm so fired up for game 2 tomorrow night." What a woman! My God.
Fantastic. It's fantastic.
I mean, at that moment, outside of the birth of my 2 kids, that may have been third all time. You know? It was unbelievable. Yeah, locked in. So now got that going on, which is nice, which is really nice. So yeah,
It's exciting.
I'm good.
What are your plans for your anniversary?
There's a couple things that we're working on, but then we're going away a couple weeks later.
Okay.
So it's kind of like we both decided let's just maybe just do a casual dinner and so forth, and
Nice.
then we go away. We'll kind of do it up big. Yeah, that's what was part of the couple nights ago. Can you print out the flight schedule
Not during the game.
with 6 to go in the fourth quarter?
Not during the game.
And I got that look like, go ahead, open your computer, open the email, and click print. Now, yeah, without saying a word. When you're married that long, you just
Yep.
have to look, and you're like, really? Yeah, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, but that's okay.
Has she ever asked you to do something during the game that takes you away?
Hey, now, careful, Chris. I don't tell all in this world. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I love my teams just so far. What now?
No. Has she ever asked you to do something during the game where it takes you away from the TV for 10, 15 minutes?
No.
So you've never had to like pause the game to go do something?
No.
Okay.
My wife is incredible at understanding most moments, not with 6 to go in the fourth quarter of the night, but with most moments. Yeah.
We just got to work on.
Chris, this is a woman that now will not sit anywhere other than what she believes are our season tickets for Yankee games for the one game we go to each year, right above first base, paying whatever price, because once we sat there, she's like, we're never sitting anyplace else.
Nice.
Yeah. No.
Nice.
Yeah. You're going to deal with that, though.
Yeah.
Because as your kids are young, and I can't stand pausing live games. Can't stand pausing live games. I will quickly fast forward to get back to live because I can't stand
100%.
Yeah.
I don't like pausing, but at least we have that ability where obviously back in the day we didn't. At least we have that ability to pause and make sure we don't miss anything.
Yes.
And if my wife is listening, that is not an invitation to ask me to do
Sure
something.
it is. Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. Yeah, you have young kids.
Well, my daughter will be on my lap. We will watch the games together.
Mm.
And then maybe during commercial break, we can play a little bit. During halftime, we can play a little bit.
Mm.
And then it's back to football.
Okay. Good luck with that.
No,
As the years go
I
on.
will make sure she knows that.
Good luck with that as the years go on. Yeah. Sure. If you think that works. Coming up on our program today, Richard Hale's going to join us for a sports law segment. Well, look what changed legally in San Antonio, those 2 punks that ran on the court.
I didn't realize there was 2.
I didn't know either, and I still don't know what the second one did.
I'm wondering if maybe that's how the video got out so quickly.
How? No, I mean, the guy that runs the court, he's filming
You're right.
himself. I would think as he's grabbed, He doesn't get to go, hang on a second. Can I just forward this to my friend so I can post it? So
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know what the second guy did.
Maybe someone ratted hey, this guy was involved with this, or
But like he didn't run on the court that I saw.
I don't know.
So was he what?
But they got
responsible
arrested and banned for life,
as it should be.
which I still think is not enough. Yeah. So we'll talk to Richard about that. I want to get his thoughts. Because again, Chris and I were debating yesterday because I was like, did they just let him go so he could post the video? Like, there's no consequence for running on the court like that? None at all?
Again, he should be banned from every NBA arena. You know what? Make it every sporting arena, stadium, whatever it is.
Right. It's not really easy to do. It's not like when you walk in, everyone's facial scan and the alarm goes off to go, that's the guy, get him out of here. But if you have the ability of banning him, then yeah.
People need to stop doing this. It's ridiculous. You're not funny.
Of course people need to stop doing it, but it doesn't stop happening. Yeah.
Stupid idiots.
Yeah. So we'll chat with him. Mike O'Donnell will talk basketball with us in the program as well. We got a whole bunch of other things we can review. Bobby's coming by from Mohegan's in just a little bit. So let's get everybody's favorite segment.
It's almost like an unwritten rule that when you become a father, you become king of the bad dad jokes.
What is Forrest Gump's password? 1Forrest1.
Are you ready to laugh? We know at least one person is. Here's CB's dad joke of the day.
Oh, that's so great.
Gotta end the week strong. And Mark, I am so happy about this joke. Are you ready?
Yep.
What bird needs to wear a wig?
I don't know, Chris. What bird needs to wear a wig?
A bald eagle. It's bald. A bald eagle.
That, my friend, is how you finish the week strong.
Hey, it's Johnny Magic from Johnny's house.
Look, we've got you covered with the hits and what's going on in the city beautiful.
And Mark, he's got everything you need to know in the sports world, with maybe a touch of sarcasm.
This is the Beat of Sports with Marc Daniels. Tonight, game 2 of the NBA Finals, Knicks and Spurs will play. It's closest I think you get to a must-win for San Antonio. The Knicks take both games in San Antonio. It's not that the Spurs can't win, but it certainly makes it a lot more challenging. I do think that you'll find a lot tonight early on about a Spurs team, all the stuff that maybe people wondered about being too young. Did they celebrate too much instead of winning the West? What happened late in the game? They battled back after being down 8 and took the lead, and then the Knicks closed it out with an 11-0 run. There's tremendous pressure tonight on San Antonio. It's not that the Knicks can take it easy, but there's tremendous pressure, and you'll see how you handle it. I mentioned to Kelly in the bridge early. You'll want to see what the Spurs do for Wemby tonight after the job that Karl Anthony Towns played on him in game number 1. And I think if I'm the Knicks, I am trying to go as fast as I can early tonight, Chris. I want to make Wemby more tired if he's tired.
Again, body him up. You'll wear him down that way.
But I mean, I want to go up and down. And then I think the other side is I think San Antonio is going to target Karl Anthony Towns early.
Trying to get him in foul trouble.
And again, I said to Kelly, the timing of the third foul tonight on Karl Anthony Towns will be big. If it happens in the first half, it may be a problem for the Knicks. If he picks up a third foul with 2 to go in the third quarter, I think the Knicks are probably in pretty good shape. And I mean, again, if you're the Spurs, you're hoping that they shoot better. Do we make anything of this Dylan Harper, Aaron Fox, and I guess the TikTok that he...
Can we stop? Get off social media. Just get off social media. Focus on the game.
So he like reposted something making fun of Darren Fox? Yeah.
What are we doing?
We're young kids is what we are. But I will say this, that you set yourself up that if you lose, you give people reason to say immature, young process. Now, the Knicks may do something stupid themselves, but for the most part, you view this as older, mature team, right? Because I think you'll agree. And even I believe this. This isn't a big window for the Knicks. Like, this team needs to win right now. There's no guarantee that you could do it again. Or for San Antonio, this is the start of a potentially long window. Although we just buried Oklahoma City.
No, it will be San Antonio, Oklahoma City in the West for years to come. I think we can both agree on that.
Maybe.
You have doubts?
Yeah. You know why? Because look how many teams we've done this to. Remember when Denver won? Jokic is going to win 3 or 4 of these.
Yeah, but Denver wasn't as young, and they've had salary cap issues.
But at the time they won, at the time they won, he's the best player in the world.
Yes.
He still may be today.
Yeah.
And we do it all the time. I'm just saying, if the Knicks win, I don't think anyone's going to be like they're overwhelming favorites next year.
No.
My guess is they won't be the favorite next year. For San Antonio, yeah. But back to my point is, when you do things like this about TikTok, and you set yourself up and being like, well, you got to learn because you're mature.
Yeah, again, we don't need to go on social media for every little thing. Why do we rush to go to social media for every single thing?
A younger generation does.
Why?
Because that's how they grew up, man. That's okay. You can do that. Our assassin just focused on executing.
I don't understand it.
I had a little bit of an argument with somebody yesterday.
Okay.
And he's a complete anti-Knick fan. Okay. I believe early in his career, Kobe Bryant went out of his way to try to mimic Michael Jordan.
I can see that.
Early in his career.
Yeah.
And I was both a critic and yet I understood. young, came into the league. Here's Jordan, who doesn't want to be like Mike, right?
Mhm.
But I thought some of his interviews, and then I think he matured, and then I think it was Kobe's personality, and that kind of Black Mamba, the assassin, never satisfied. So the argument I got into with somebody who's classic bandwagon Laker fan, born in Miami, and was like, I think Brunson's whole cold stone face, it's fake. I'm like, why is that fake? But Kobe's wasn't fake. It's like, because I just think he's acting like that to kind of be like those guys. I'm like, maybe he is that. No, he's not acting. I'm like, really? Really? Because he's like, well, he never smiles.
So what? Who cares?
I'm like, don't we often ask for that type of player that you see the passion to win?
Do we ever see?
Which, by the way, I think Victor Wembanyama has at a very young age. He's very intelligent, the way he speaks about it. But don't we want more guys that are just like, I'm not satisfied?
Do we ever see Nikola Jokic smile?
When he's drunk at the horse track with his horses, yeah.
But do we see him smile on the court? So, like, what are we doing?
No,
what does it matter?
No, but the difference is you can watch Jokic and he looks like every guy at the YMCA, or just he's excellent at it. Like he's a clumpy fat dude that's the best player in the world. There's a big difference there.
But like, who cares if Jalen Brunson doesn't smile on the court? He's laser focused. That's what you want your
But I
players
like that
to be.
we have a variety of players, but I don't think he's fake. I think that's genuine. Doesn't guarantee the Knicks are going to win, but I think it's genuine.
As long as he backs up his play, I don't care what he does.
Yeah.
I don't care what he does. Smile, don't smile.
I don't care what he did in the first quarter of the night. Just care what he did in the fourth quarter of the night.
All that matters.
Then I got it was fake in the injury. I don't care. I could care less. Doesn't matter to me.
Don't argue with people like
Well,
don't argue with people like that.
There's just the hatred of the Knicks part of that. 10 o'clock hour, WYGM Orlando, WJR, HD2 Cocoa Beach.
Hey, where the Lakers at?
I don't have to do that with him. He's born in Miami, and he's a Laker.
Where
fan.
the Heat at?
I mean, I don't need to do that. Bobby from Mohegan's is here. Look at that shirt. Man, how do you describe that? If you're on the stream, you get to see the shirt that Bobby's got on. Like it? That's a full Florida orange summer.
Festive today. My girlfriend wouldn't let me leave the house without this on today to celebrate the beer we're
Does
bringing,
it fit the beer that you brought in?
Yeah, a little bit.
My favorite beer. It's my
Chris is going to
favorite
be
beer.
excited about this one.
Yeah.
It's called Tropical Fusion. It is a double IPA that we've done in the past a bunch, but we haven't done it for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, like the producer over here, has been yelling to bring it back for a while, so we finally did. And thought, why not be festive? Tropical Friday.
Nice. Looks good.
I'm mad. I don't have anything tropical, but I could have at least brought a lei.
Didn't even
I didn't
support,
even
Chris.
bring a lei. I know. I messed up.
Wow.
I messed up.
Wow. How long have you started doing that beer?
We started doing it. It's probably like 2018.
Oh, okay.
We started doing. We kind of go through our rotation, have different beers that we bring out. So we hadn't brewed in a little while, and people were getting antsy about it.
When's the last time you brewed?
It's
too long.
Right.
Too long.
2 or 3 years.
Okay.
I don't know. My track of time has been gone lately. It could have been longer than that, but
It's been too long.
Do you tinker or say no? Don't ruin something that's consistently good.
this one we'd try to keep pretty much close to the original.
Yeah.
The one downside, there was a hop that we used to use in this one called Meridian that after COVID just ceased to exist anymore. There's just a lot of production issues and stuff like that. So so we had to do a little bit of supplementing there, but feedback has been it's better than ever.
Nice.
So to overcome the lack of Meridian hops, how did you come up with either the additional hop to put into it, or did you just kind of mix it all together? And how did you tinker the recipe?
So this one's made with I gotta open it real quick.
Please.
There we go.
Pretty good open.
That
Right
was better than
that
the
was
growler
good.
last week. I've been practicing, Mark. So this one's made with Citra and Mosaic, two of our favorite hops. They're very bright, citrusy, just nice, powerful hops. The Meridian usually would kind of play in balance with that and kind of elevate those two. So we kind of messed around a little bit. We used Centennial hops with this one now, which is a really good, bright grapefruit style hop. And it has like a nice orange flavor to it. So it really melds well with the other ones. So we substituted that one in, and I think I hit a home run with it.
So Tropical Fusion, what kind of flavor are we expecting from this beer? Where are we at IBU wise?
Yeah, so we are it's a double IPA. I think this one comes in about 8.4% this year. It's nice round. It has big, bright, tropical, citrus, juicy flavors. Not like a hazy IPA. This one does have some bitterness in there, so we're pushing upwards of 80 IBUs on that. So you're gonna have that firm bitterness there, but enough of that malt sweetness and that malt backbone that really kind of balances it out. So you get that full mouthfeel on it. A little bit more approachable, I think, than like a single IPA.
How does the juicy flavor in this IPA compare to the juiciness of a hazy?
So this, like I said, this one's there. It has that juicy tropical citrus notes. In a hazy, we're gonna have just those those flavors without that bitterness there. So this one does have that bitterness that the traditional hopheads will kind of gravitate more towards, and has that balance in the beer, so it's not overly sweet. Just that good balance there.
I love the use of juicy with a
There you
beer. I just picture like the biker dude going in and go, you guys got something juicy?
Tropical, citrus, fruity.
What do you got juicy around here?
I don't know if I'd be in a biker bar with this shirt on either.
What do you got on the juicy side, you know? Tell me what you got and everything. You got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So it's been a while since we've sat. I've been traveling and everything, but man, you got to be excited with everything that's happened.
Yeah, we took the tarp down. The wall came down. So with the full tap room is open now. Kitchen is still coming, but very, very soon.
Mhm.
But it's kind of just mind blowing. I know for us just seeing it, because I've been working on both sides. We have just this piece of tarp that's been in the wall the whole time. But even then, you don't get the full grasp of it until you take it down and you see the whole thing together. A little bit emotional. I'm seeing a lot of customers walk in, and just some people are getting actual emotional. Some people are just like in shock. Like it's kind of cool to see.
You
the
mess
whole
with
thing.
tradition, and now you're like, oh, what's this here?
Yeah, it is still. I think we kept the same vibe. We kept the same the feel of Boegans that we've always had. It's just we've got more space now, and we have a little bit more. There's an awesome mural in the wall that we had Tommy, our bartender, and a couple other people that helped out on as well.
That looks fantastic, by the way.
It came out really cool. There's just a lot of character in there. We put a lot of ourselves in there, so I'm so excited.
It's really, really awesome. I would imagine from your start, like, should we do this, to actually seeing it, you know?
Oh yeah, a lot of questioning yourself.
And it was easy, right? You just did it.
just did overnight,
No
basically.
roadblocks or anything.
No
no issues with the
hurdles.
city or county. It's really easy to do.
I got
and all.
plenty of sleep.
Yeah.
So again, I know you said the kitchen's coming along. I think you've talked about it before, but what kind of foods can we expect with the now expanded Castleberry location?
Yeah, so we're kind of taking our own take on that traditional bar food, but elevating it and doing it in a way that Boegans would. So we're gonna have sandwiches, flatbreads, boiled peanuts. We're baking everything in house though, so we're gonna have our own pickles. We'll eventually be doing pickle flights.
Nice.
We're gonna be fermenting all kinds of different stuff, making sauces, everything in house, sauerkraut, you name it. So I'm really excited about that, and be able to take our flavors and kind of meld in the beer and blend those things together. So hopefully within a couple weeks we're going to be rocking and rolling with that.
So I know we're in the soft opening right now. Do we have any grand opening dates?
Not a specific date. I know that sounds like a broken record there. It's going to be within the next month. We're going to have the big grand opening party. Once I get the kitchen rolling, then we'll announce that full date. But come on by the tap room. We have, like I said, it's fully open now, so come check that out. You can kind of see the progress we're making with the food there. But we got a lot of good stuff coming.
I would imagine as you built what you want to put on a menu, it had to be pretty neat to kind of start pairing beers that go with this particular food and all sorts of stuff, because you're coming from a different angle. So, people open up a restaurant and go, hey, here's something that might go with this dish, but you came the other way here.
And that's been the coolest part. Like, I love creation and being able to mess with all of that stuff. So like a lot of things that we're using beer to make all the food as well.
Yeah.
So like we're gonna have our own house mustards. So we'll have like 407 in a mustard, have a 7-layer honey mustard. And we have spent grain pretzels from Old Hearth right down the road. Local bakery is gonna be making all of our bread for us. So it's a lot of cool stuff and stuff that it means a lot to me to be able to use other local vendors who have awesome products and use our grains in that and the beer and everything. It's kind of coming full circle.
What will be juicy on the menu?
There'll be plenty of juicy options there.
Hazy IPAs, tropical fusion. Looking forward to it. Real quick, just kind of describe what the renovated space looks like for those who haven't seen it yet. How does it differ from what Bowigan's used to be?
Yeah, so I mean, if you've been to the Bowigan's Castleberry location in the past 11 years, we've kind of been known as that. We have some people call it like a little cave, but we have like a very specific vibe that we're going for, like New York style dive bar almost, but just elevated. So we took that wall down, and essentially we gained over double the space because we have our bathrooms in the front of the tap room as well. So the new space doesn't have that blockage there. So we gained almost well over double the space. We kept the same vibe, the same atmosphere there, a lot more room. All the tables we built out of, wood we took from the wall when we did the demo and stuff like that. We got some wood from a hop farm that we use in Ohio and built some picnic tables outside. So a lot of really cool stuff behind the scenes that we put into it. We rebuilt the old bar back up with that same wood. So it's got a really, again, more space, same kind of atmosphere, but just even more room to do all the cool stuff that we want to do. And again, that mural is fantastic. I think it came out really good.
You
so
should
props.
make that a picture wall for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Got the big logo up there. So we're excited with it. We're getting great feedback so far. Like I said, come check it out. I'll be there just about every day.
One last question. Your thoughts on when Micah Parsons is going to play football? Which looks like
I saw that he's going to start on the pup list, and then
Wow.
he better be back for Dallas. I was talking to a friend of mine who I'm going to Green Bay with.
Yeah,
we want a fully healthy Micah.
What's the date on that game?
October 18th.
Oh, he's got that circled. That's what he came out, said October, mid-October.
We want a fully healthy Micah Parsons.
We'll have a fully paid Christian Watson ready to go.
Yeah, money well spent.
Bobby, tell folks how they can find you. Anything else you want to share with them?
Yeah, you can find us. We have 2 locations in Central Florida. We have the newly renovated tap room in Castleberry, and we have our location in Avalon Park at the marketplace at Avalon Park. So there's a great food hall there as well. Come check that out. You can find us online at bowigans.com. It's BOWIGENS.com. At the social medias at Bowigans Beer Co. Like I said, come celebrate Tropical Fridays at both tap rooms. Tropical Fusion is on tap and
so
flowing.
Real quick, what is Tropical Friday? Do you get a discount if you wear anything? And do we have a keyword?
Come in wearing an awesome shirt. If you're on the live stream right now, you can see what I'm talking about. If not, wear your best Hawaiian shirt. Come in, get $1 off your pints of Tropical.
And do we have
Fusion.
a keyword?
Keyword. Let's do tropical.
Nice.
Let's get tropical.
Let's get tropical.
Jackie Moon said. Thanks, Bobby. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, guys.
Richard L's next.
Time now for this week's Sports Law segment with Richard Hale.
We talk sports and law. Richard Hale is our sports law expert. Hale and Jacobson is the firm. Online at hhjlegal.com. Good morning, Richard. How are you?
I'm doing well, Mark. How are you?
I'm great. I want to start with what we saw in game one of the NBA Finals. A fan or a person, I don't know, fan, runs on the court with their iPhone, trying to run to get a selfie with Victor Wembanyama. Security comes, one person grabs them, another person takes them away. A short time later, the video of that is posted and everybody can see it. Initially, we don't know if anybody's been arrested. And yesterday, when Chris and I were debating this, I'm like, did they just let that person go? And how's that possible? We later learned that person and another individual arrested and banned for life. I don't know of anything else. To apparently minors, so therefore names not being released. So what likely are they charged with, and what would the penalty be? To me, one ban for life is good, but we can't just let you go and go, hey, did you learn a lesson here? Because nobody got hurt, but somebody could get hurt. Your thoughts?
Sure. Yeah, so we always have to walk a careful line here. If you've ever noticed, I know we've had, streakers or fans storming the field from time to time at, for example, the Super Bowl, things like that. And if you ever notice as you're watching, they usually will cut away from that. And that's a deterrent, right? We don't want to sensationalize someone running onto the field. Number one, it's dangerous to that person, and then dangerous to the players that happen to be on the court or the field at the time. So in an effort not to sensationalize that, oftentimes it doesn't get a lot of publicity. Now, we live in a different day and time now. Everybody's got phones, and so somebody storming the court here is going to make its way onto various social media sites and everything else. And so, yes, the NBA does the right thing here in partnership with Madison Square Garden. They trespassed that individual, banned for life from NBA games. I think that, the punishment does fit the crime here. Why? Because we're trying to deter that type of behavior. We can think back to the day when Monica Seles was so unfortunately stabbed and during a tennis match because a fan made his way onto the court and attacked her. So it's certainly for the protection of the athletes here, we need to deter this type of conduct. Now, whether or not it rises to the criminal level certainly would be up to Madison Square Garden. Are they going to press criminal charges
San
here?
Antonio.
I'm sorry, San Antonio, yes. So we'll have to wait and see if they're going to press criminal charges here and what the result of that would be. Likely.
Why would it not?
Well, because if in this particular case, I can't think of a reason why it wouldn't be, unless there was something that kind of went on behind the scenes. Maybe he gets taken backstage and maybe gets roughed up or something at this point. And so now he's got a bargaining chip where they don't want to press charges because they were too aggressive with him. Maybe they grabbed his phone and smashed it or something. And so, that there could be some other, I'm just completely speculating here, but there could be something else at play that suggests why he would not be criminally charged. But, off the top of my head, that's really the only thing I can come up with. Otherwise, I think he'll probably be criminally charged in here. And then again, it's a deterrent more than anything to keep other people from doing this.
But isn't it the classic case that no one got hurt, so therefore we go, okay, but how far do you want to go? Versus if he runs on the court, trips the player could get hurt, misses the series, and is out for a long period of time. Then I think people have a different view of this.
But we've seen that too, right? We've seen somebody go on the field before and trip over a, exposed rain duct in the outfield and then bring a lawsuit against, the whatever state. I believe it was a case you and I discussed in Detroit a couple of years ago where somebody fell in the outfield and then sued the stadium because there was an open drain pipe or something. And so, you're obviously, the reason why these rules are in place is to prevent something like that from happening. And so if you prosecute these people criminally, maybe you hope to ice that type of conduct in the future.
Okay, World Cup is coming. We go to Dallas, where an artist painted a mural that had been up for almost 3 decades. And all of a sudden, FIFA comes in and decides we're going to paint over this thing. We may preserve some of what you did. And the artist is like, whoa. What happened? And he's filed a lawsuit against FIFA for $25 million. Does he have a case?
He may. I'm not sure that the case is against FIFA, but he may have a case here. So I grew up down in the Keys, and we had some of Weiland's paintings on various strip malls down there, and so I'm familiar with the artist and his work, and it's always very beautiful. And apparently, the city of Dallas was quite taken with his work for at least for a period of time. And then there was a decision made. I would imagine locally. I don't know if it was a FIFA sponsored decision or if it was just in anticipation of the World Cup coming, for Dallas to at least partially paint over part of his mural. And so, yes, he has filed a lawsuit here for damages because his artwork has been now ruined. At least arguably, it's been ruined. And so we're going to have to look and see who is the proper defendant here. I know FIFA sponsors the World Cup, but were they the ones that commissioned this particular mural? Was this the city of Dallas getting together and saying, hey, we're going to, we think we need to spice up some of the artwork downtown, so we're going to paint over this and try to, draw a crowd or some anticipation for the World Cup? I think we need to figure out who is ultimately responsible here. And once we do, certainly there's the potential for damages to be paid, probably in this particular instance because FIFA is the largest pocket out there. That's where we start our lawsuit, but through the discovery phase, we're going to find out, hey, where does the liability really lie? Who can we pin this on? And is there a deep pocket enough to make the artist whole?
By the way, unrelated, I didn't even send you this, and I'm not quite sure it's a legal matter at the moment, but have you seen that FIFA has changed its policy? They were going to let you bring bottled water into the stadium, and now they just want you to go buy their bottled water. Someone will sue.
I think we got to figure out if it's if they're going to slap FIFA's logo on it and they're going to sell you FIFA water. Or are they going to outsource that? Because if they're selling you FIFA water and God forbid somebody gets sick, then you got a whole nother lawsuit coming from the FIFA water company.
Right. Okay. Florida always gets an interesting story too. So we got a sports memorabilia battle going on in our state, and over the years we've done stories like this about who has possession, who really owns something. This is a tricky case that involves ownership of some of Muhammad Ali's Rumble in the Jungle, the title belt, a Wilt Chamberlain worn uniform, and some other, pretty big items. And it's a federal lawsuit happening in Florida. What's interesting about this case?
Yeah, what's interesting here is this is what's called a consignment contract, and as you alluded to, they are a little complicated because you don't necessarily own the memorabilia or the artwork that you're putting on that you're putting on display. So let's just use an example. Marc Daniels happens to be a famous artist. He has a collection of paintings, but he doesn't have a studio or he doesn't have a library or where he can show them off to the world. So he contacts me because I have a building downtown, and we enter into an agreement where I'm going to display his artwork in my building for public consumption, and in return, I am going to get a proceeds of maybe some of the sale of those items. And we have to kind of work out through our consignment contract, what does a sale of those items look like? Who is the person that is selling them? And are you the artist? Let's say you bring some friends by and somebody decides they want to buy a piece of your artwork. Is that your deal? Is it my deal because I've allowed the artwork to be displayed? So there is, yes, as you suggested at first, there's some really cool memorabilia here, some stuff that it's very hard to get your hands on. We have a group out of New York who allegedly owned the stuff and lent it to a gallery here in Florida for display. And so it's really going to come down to how does a judge interpret the contractual provisions of that particular agreement. And in the end, some of these items were sold or at least were up for sale and are potentially going to be sold. So everybody's trying to figure out how do we split the money if and when these items get sold. And that's the rub at this point.
Good stuff, Richard. Have a great weekend. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Take care, Mark.
Richard Hill, a sports law expert. Hill and Jacobson is the firm on hhjlegal.com. Michael Donald's going to talk some basketball with us next.
This is Step Back 3 with MOD. Straightaway 3, sit. Let's talk college hoops. Let's talk hoops with college basketball analyst Mike O'Donnell.
Been a while since we got a chance to talk to Mike O'Donnell. I've been traveling, and he's a busy man, and we connect today. Hi, Mike. Happy June. How are you?
Oh, Mr. Daniels, happy June to you as well. I'm doing great. Thank you.
Let's.
Hey, can I just say something? Real quick?
Yeah. Of course, floor is yours.
I was just in West Palm last night. Guess where I had dinner?
Mar-a-Lago.
No. The Polo Room.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah. Had a friend who knows the manager
Whoa!
of the Polo Room, and they said just last night, Michael Jordan was there. May have even sat in that same seat. I said, well, better order the filet mignon tonight, if you know what I mean. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Highfalutin society. I was like, hey, this is kind of like Boston Market, but
Do you mind if I pry a little bit more? How many at the table?
Oh, pry. 4 total at the table.
You didn't pick up the bill, did you?
Went half.
Whoa! Went half.
We did the.
Wait. Was this a couple's night out or what?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
It was. So we did the 3-course meal kind of deal. You did the appetizers.
Prefix 3-course meal.
What's that?
Little prefix 3-course meal.
Well, the way that the couple wanted to do it was like, oh, well, you have to get appetizers, you have to get a main course, and we have to get dessert. And I said, well, I'm not going to argue with that. And at the end, the bill comes out. The waitress handed the bill to me, directly to me, and I said, hold on a second here. Yeah, hands directly the bill to me. I open it up and I look at it. I'm like, wow, this is. I've got to get a third job here. You know what I mean? This is second mortgage type stuff. But I was, he immediately throws his card in and goes, let's just split it in half. I said, great. Sounds great. Right down the middle. It's fantastic.
I had 2 follow-up questions. One, is it a fair half split, or did they order stuff that may have been a little bit more pricey than yours and it really wasn't 50-50?
We actually, I ordered a more expensive dinner than the gentleman sitting across from me. And I went right down the middle. Now, they really wanted appetizers. I didn't have to have appetizers. So it kind of bounced out at the end. But, and it was a situation like that. Like, you have a adult beverage, a good meal. You just put it right down the middle. It's fine. It's great.
Well, okay, one last one, though. Was it one of these, like, that you kind of want to make it clear, like, I don't want to pay and buy dessert? You're like, man, I'm stuffed after that meal. I can't have anything for dessert.
I thought about it, but then I saw the mousse go by, the chocolate mousse, and I said, I have to order the chocolate mousse. I really do. The guy I was with, though, did say, hey, are you a fan of fine caramel? I was like, fine caramel? I mean, I like caramel as much as the next guy. What's fine caramel mean? I didn't say it out loud, but that's what I wanted to say. And before he even responded, he kind of was like, oh, we're getting the little caramel dish. And I'm like, oh, excuse me. Okay, we'll get the caramel. I'm getting that chocolate mousse, though. You better believe it.
Wow. All right, let me dive into several basketball-related things. We got Game 2 of the NBA Finals tonight. The Knicks win Game 1. Karl Anthony Towns played a great game, both ends of the floor. He drove past Victor Wembanyama a couple of times and defensively did a pretty good job. Jalen Brunson was Jalen Brunson. After a slow start, he was huge in the fourth quarter. Your thoughts on Game 1 and what might be different in Game 2 tonight?
I'm actually glad you brought up Karl Anthony Towns, because you look at his stat line, like 18 and 12, but I think it was 4 assists, Mark, either 4 or 6 assists. And it was a good game, but like I think the regular sports fans watch that and be like, well, he played okay, he played pretty good, he rebounded well. There were things that he did that did not show up in the stat sheet. I thought his gravity was the most important thing of that entire game. In that, number one, he challenged Wembanyama a lot. In the best way possible, and it threw off the rotations for the Spurs, because one of the ways that Wemby, he's incredible, and I'm not taking anything away from him. What the Spurs like to do is they really wanted to keep Wemby on Josh Hart. Josh Hart has not been shooting the 3 well, and the reason why they wanted to keep Wemby on the smaller Josh Hart is so that Wemby can essentially act as like a free safety and roam and either block shots or contest as many shots and get into passing lanes. And it's almost like he's playing his zone. And they're betting on the fact that Josh Hart's not shooting a 3 well. And in the first half, that worked. And Josh Hart didn't play great. But what happened was Karl Anthony Towns was playing so aggressive and his playmaking was so good that it forced Wembanyama to actually play more on him specifically. And the Spurs coaching staff had to adjust. And they had to adjust and adjust and adjust. And by the fourth quarter is when it started to click for Jalen Brunson. As much credit as Jalen Brunson's going to get in that game, he drops 30, and that fourth quarter performance was incredible. And he, Mark, you talked about this, you and I. He didn't play great in the first three quarters. He didn't. Missed shots. There were turnovers. He did not look like himself. He banged his knee, and it was limping on his knee, and just kind of looked like he lost a step. And the light switch went off in the fourth quarter. But I think because of Karl Anthony Towns' aggressiveness in the first three quarters, that gave so much more space and opportunity for Jalen Brunson to operate. Man, that was great. That was great for the Knicks. The Spurs, I think it's very obvious, the Spurs are at their best when they're playing fast. Because I thought the Knicks' transition defense was very poor, especially in the first half. That was a major issue. And when the Spurs got up 14, I said, this might be it. They're just going to, they're going to get up 20, and you can't come back on the Spurs against 20. But what happened was the Knicks were able to slow it down. They were making it a more physical game, a more defensive-minded game. It felt like watching the Knicks from the 1990s, and it worked.
We just lose Mike?
Up and go.
Okay.
They couldn't just get up and go. And it became fourth quarter, physical, gritty game, which favors the New York Knicks. And that was really impressive. I do expect ways for there's a couple things that are going to happen, I think, in game two. So if Josh Hart starts making threes, I think the Spurs are in trouble. I really do. Because once he starts making threes, you want to talk about opening up spacing for Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns. That just eliminates Wembanyama's ability to just sag off him and roam. So I think I expect the Spurs to come up with a different defensive scheme. They're going to have to play Karl Anthony Towns differently because when he's in aggressive playmaking mode from a physicality standpoint, and the Knicks are hard to stop because Brunson can just kind of take a break on the offensive side of the floor.
If you tell me now when Karl Anthony Towns picks up his third foul, I'll tell you if I think the Knicks win. If it happens in the second quarter, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
If it happens late third quarter, the Knicks are going to win. I want to ask you about the clutch gene. Many people have studied it. Many people think they can break it down. Describe Jalen Brunson's clutch gene. By the way, his clutch point total is among the best ever in the NBA.
Yeah, I think it's incredible, and we just don't talk about it enough. I think there are people kind of use the clutch gene, and you think about Michael Jordan, you think about Kobe Bryant, those two guys in particular, in moments to where a good example is that Jalen Brunson game, that game one win for the Knicks, of where he didn't play well for three quarters at all. But there's a direct line to the clutch gene and an unwavering confidence in someone's in your game. And there are a lot of guys who have an overconfidence in their game where they don't deserve to have an overconfidence enough to trust that I just went 1 for 12, but I'm going to make the next 4. And you're either overconfident and lack the skill set, or most other guys are just not confident, even though they may have the skill set. And you go 1 for 12, you're like, man, I better find other ways to do something. But Jalen Brunson does have the unique ability of where he has the overconfidence. And I'm not saying that in a negative way, but he has the overconfidence and the skill set to couple that. And that it doesn't bother him when he goes 1 for 12. He knows that if he makes the next shot, he's going to make the next 4. And it's almost impossible to defend in isolation a guy like Jalen Brunson, who has elite skill set and elite shot making confidence, not just ability, but confidence.
Let me pivot. The Magic have made the decision. Sean Sweeney, the assistant for San Antonio, is going to be the next head coach. Good. I have no idea if it's going to be a good coach or a great coach, but certainly comes with credentials. is today's head coach different than what we hired 10, 20, 30 years ago? And that takes into account an analytic world we live in. There seems to be a trend of getting younger people. Maybe you don't like the veteran coach because they want a little bit more say and personnel. Maybe that's not the magic structure. But is today's head coach that different than we did 10, 20 years ago?
I think there might be a perception that it's different. I think there's in the NBA, players would like more of a relationship with their head coach versus a mentor-mentee. Now, I would also say that, Mark, I think that comes with a caveat in that there are some organizations where it's, the mentor-mentee relationship is better. It's better that way. It was preferred that way. I actually think we're seeing that with the Knicks. But the handoff to the younger generation happens very quick in the NBA. Mark, you've talked about it in the NFL. The analytics approach is one thing. And I think when you get younger guys who are open to the analytical conversation, maybe more so than the old school coaches, and can simultaneously relate to the 22-year-old, 23-year-old, 25-year-old, that's where the relationship seems to be building the strongest. It doesn't work for every organization, but I think it makes a lot of sense for the Orlando Magic organization and how young they are and that franchise. So, yes, it is the shift. It is the trend. And we'll probably go through in about 10 years, Mark, we're going to go through a shift. And you're going to ask me this question. We're on the beat of sports. We're like, are you seeing the shift of where you're kind of getting older? You want more of the wise old veteran. You're like, yeah, Mark, that's what it is. We do follow trends. That's what we do in pro sports. But I will tell you, in the NBA specifically, players want relationship more than the past. They want relationship with someone that they can relate to way more than they ever have during the Kobe Bryant days and the Michael Jordan days.
Let me pivot here. If you ever wanted an example, and good for the player, that weighed their draft decision based on the feedback they got and was able to utilize that and go back to college and get more money, I gave you Milan Momcilovic, the shooter from Iowa State, who you and I watched the last couple of years, become one of the better three-point shooters in the country. Can shoot better than 40%. Didn't have a great last third of the season shooting, but still is very, very good. Put his name in the draft, pulled it out. If you believe the low end, it's 5. If you believe the high end, it could be $7 million at Kentucky, which you're curious, they just happen to have an extra 5 to 7 sitting around after giving out money. But that's the example. And I get it. I mean, if you can make that instead of being a second round pick and improve your stock, then I guess that part of the system works, right?
So, yes, it does. I think that Momcilovic's case is a perfect example of fringe late first rounder, early second rounder. Okay, was one thing that I can add in college, go back, add that to where I'm more of a guaranteed mid-first round pick. Now, Momcilovic maybe could turn into a lottery pick because if his three-point shooting percentage doesn't change, but he adds one more major elite element to his game, offensively or defensively, it's going to be the lottery pick conversation next year, or it's going to be that 15th, 16th pick conversation. Then it's a totally, you're making a different decision if you're Momcilovic. But there's so much money right now for you to go back and work on your game at the highest level and make $5 million, make $6 million, like you said, make potentially $7 million. That decision becomes a lot easier. You don't want to have to. A guy like Momcilovic doesn't want to have to go to school anymore. He doesn't want to have to go for compliance meetings and all that stuff. But it certainly goes down a lot smoother when you're making $5 million a year. And unless something changes, right, we're going to see more players do that. And I'm glad Momcilovic is. I guess I would say this. The only thing I don't like, Mark, is I love that Momcilovic is coming back to college basketball. I wish he was going back to Iowa State. I think that system fits him perfectly, and I understand why he didn't. I don't think there was any, but I wish continue to cheer Momcilovic, and he could make a lot of money at the same time.
And I guess it's kind of following up, and It is a trend, and until and I don't know how this changes, but the European invasion, Mike, we've never seen anything like this because it used to be you identified the 15, 16-year-old in Europe that could come and play as a freshman for you. Now we're identifying the 22, 23, 24-year-old. We're figuring out how to make them eligible because it's a gray area with rules. It has completely changed, Mike. You have top-level European players that are choosing to come to play in America because the money is so much better. We used to think, hey, you go to Europe, you make $500,000, it's a pretty good living. Why? I can go to Europe, I can make $500,000, then come to America and make $3 or $4 million. It is a complete shift in the basketball business world of what's happened to some of the top European players.
Yes, that is. It's an aggressive push to get those guys. And number two, one of the other things you have to understand about that process too, Mark, and for fans, it's about the money, but there are a lot of head coaches that are gravitating towards that mindset because those European players don't come with the fact that I've got to talk to 6 AAU coaches and 2 different agents and the parents. Those decisions, those European players that are coming over to make $1 million, that like, man, this guy's 23 years old and he was playing in the second league in Germany. Why is he playing in college basketball? One of the reasons why, like Brad Underwood at Illinois and other schools are looking at that is because you're having one conversation with one person and the agent, and that's it. You'll talk to the kid, you'll talk to the player, and you'll develop that relationship. But you're essentially only having to have 2 recruiting conversations. That is it. They keep it extremely simple. The European players are not coming over to play at Illinois because they want to play for Illinois because like there's a history there, there's a culture. They're coming over to play for money and a system. And so it's a wildly different conversation. There's far less red tape in terms of how many relationships I have to go through to get to this player. And it's just easier. I believe it. I know it sounds ridiculous and very obvious, but the time that a head coach saves recruiting a top European player versus one of the top players in America, it's not even close. The gap is extremely wide, Mark.
I'm going to end with this. I'm going to keep it also free of congressional hearings and all that stuff and pivot to scheduling in college basketball. It's not a perfect system. None of it really is. And how you build a schedule has become an interesting topic. But just to give an example, Duke and Michigan can figure out a way to play each other, even change locations to protect TV rights and move a game down to a baseball stadium in Miami. But then you can also get when the ACC and the SEC play each other, someone was pretty smart to say, we're going to send Duke to Florida. Why? Because they played a great game last year. Let's go play a game down there. College football cannot duplicate that. They don't do it months before the season starts. You have the flexibility. And again, the margin of losing in college basketball versus football is different. But I hope we don't lose that. I mean, I hope we keep that formula that encourages games like that because I think schools have been aggressive to schedule those games. And I'm glad that Duke's playing Florida in the ACC-SEC Challenge because who doesn't want to see that game?
Yeah, no question about it. I totally agree. The push to get more high marquee games in November, December has never been better. We're getting just some unbelievable matchups at the very beginning of the season, where in years past we kind of had to wait really just until Thanksgiving, where you would see these MTEs and the Maui Invitational, and Duke's playing Michigan in the Maui Invitational. Like that was like a must-see game. Those were incredible. It was like, oh, this feels like an Elite Eight game, right? We're getting so many more of those games because in the non-conference there is flexibility to where if you have certain power brokers come to the table and say, we want you to play on a neutral site and we're going to each give you $1 million to do so. It's a lot easier to play that game on a neutral site. And then you get a lot more flexibility when you're waving a lot of cash in front of you at the same time. That what I do want to have, somebody's going to figure out for the fact that you're going to get more eyeballs watching the game if it's a marquee, if it's Duke playing at Michigan, if it's Michigan playing at Duke. And the more on-campus games, the better you're going to get from a brand perspective. I still believe you miss something when you play those neutral site games. They're still great. I'm still watching. I'm not complaining. I still think that someone's going to be able to figure out the non-conference over the course of time. There's going to be a team. There's going to be a team that's going to carve out a university-only TV structure to where, we're going to be on ESPN for all the conference games, but we have a carve out for 4 non-conference games at home, to where we can schedule whoever we want, and we can have some third party come in and schedule this on campus. And I think that may end up eventually being the next step.
I have 2 final ones. This is really important. Are you a chicken wing guy?
I'll eat if it's I don't go direct.
Okay. What do you do the following situation? This past a weekend when I was up at Auburn for UCF in the NCAA tournament regional.
Yeah.
So medium meal was chicken wings. Okay. Not a big chicken wing guy before broadcasting a game. It's not ideal, but with potential rain and lightning delays, you want to stock up, maybe have some food in case you get that delay, right?
Yeah, veteran move.
Okay, so you're in line, okay, and there's at least 5, 6 people behind you. You likely know there's another tray of wings, but the tray of wings has about 20 left. How many do you take?
Wait, did you say you've already been in line?
No, I'm in line. There's about 5, 6 people behind me. I'm about to be able to take, the thongs and to pull the wings. There's 20 wings. How many would you take?
5 or 6 behind. I'm going 3.
And even though you want more?
Yeah.
It's a tough spot. There's pressure, isn't it? There's pressure. Yeah.
But there's a respect for the colleagues as well. What I would do is I've done this before. I'll go 3, do the respectful 3, and then I'll walk back in right behind the end of the line again.
Yeah.
And grab anything that's left over.
I caved. Like I wanted to take 6 just in case it was going to be a long delay, and I took.
You took 6?
No. I wanted to take 6. I took 4 because I was afraid.
Yeah, I think it's fine. No, but I think that's fine. Like the 3 or 4, that's good. Like a grown man can't just be taking 2 wings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, you got to be more than 2 wings. Now, if there's an additional protein dish next to it, then you go 2 wings and then a protein dish.
There
but
wasn't.
If it's just the wings, I would say 3 to 4. I'm okay with that. But then I'm going to walk back behind those 5 or 6 guys. If there's 1 more left, or 2 more left, or 3 more left, I'm taking all.
What do you do in the following situation after UCF lost its game late Sunday night? My broadcast partner, Stephen Branca, he was the MVP. He drove. We drove home from Auburn, 6+ hours.
Wow.
We drove.
Wow.
Great. He wanted to get home. I had a radio show to do. And not that he wasn't tired, but, broadcasting, he was broadcasting with me. I'm tired to try to stay awake. You got to be careful not to overeat because you don't want to stop after to go to the bathroom and everything. You want to engage in conversation, but I'm doing the head bob thing. And then I started almost pinching the hair on my arm to stay awake.
Oh, man, that's tough.
It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one.
Did you have any water with you?
Yeah, but you don't want to overdrink,
Well, it's funny. This sounds completely ridiculous. I've done a small spill on me.
Really? Wow. The spill. I think we just lost Mike again for a second. Give him a chance to get back.
It's about the water when it hits the skin, how much you push.
Yeah, but
I've done that before.
Okay, but I can't do that. It's a brand new truck for him. I can't be spilling water all over the place.
You do if you were to take a small sip of water, like that much off your chin, and it goes right on your shirt, it's going to wake you up.
Well, I did the head bob I think 2 or.
You can play it the right way.
Yeah, I did the head bob 2-3 times for 5 minutes, and then I said I got to be a good co-pilot, man. I got locked in. I just got locked in because you got to help out.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to most of the time. You got to believe. You really do. It's the only way to get through.
Have a good week, Mike. Thank you.
You got it. Thanks, Mark.
Mike O'Donnell talking basketball. That's me.
Yeah, so
you can't spill water. It's Branca's brand new truck.
Yeah, you can't do that.
It's like a month and a half old.
Yeah.
He's
got to be the one that makes any sort of mess first.
I was scared to even open up a snack bag.
I don't blame you.
I let him go first on the drive up. Okay, he's okay. And I had 80 napkins surrounding anything. So nothing fell. I dropped, I had a little bit of trail mix, right? And he didn't think it's dark. And I knew that I dropped a nut. And when we stopped in Gainesville, I was on a mission to make sure I found that thing.
Yeah, you can't spill anything.
Yeah. Oh, I was super careful. I was super, super careful.
Whenever you get a new car, do you have a rule for yourself and anyone else that rides with you that no food or drink for X amount of days in the new car?
Yeah, then nobody keeps that. They're like, hey, for 6 months, got the car on Tuesday and a Thursday. They're like a Happy Meal in there. No, I try. Like even now, I've had my car for a while. I won't eat a meal.
Mhm.
Maybe a drink. I might have a snack, but I'm not doing a Publix wrap when I'm
No,
driving.
no, I
Because
mean,
the food knows it's going to drop
Yep.
in that little spot right next to
Mhm.
you on the right and drop down, and you can't find it.
yep. And then it
It
sits
just
there,
knows. Yeah, it just knows.
and it sits there, and it sits there, and
Do you have fast food stuff in your car right now?
no, I take every single piece of trash out of my car.
I'm obsessed with that.
Same.
Now, I want to stretch when we had the pollen falling. I'm like, what am I going to wash the car? And that was like a month plus. And the car, like, hey, any chance we get a bath this week? I'm like, oh, we'll see.
No,
Receipts sometimes pile up for me.
no, I don't like any sort of trash in my car.
Yeah, but
It bothers me.
food or bottles of water.
No. Mm-mm.
In fact, even if I open a bottle of water and only drink like a third of it, I'll throw it out. I don't keep bottles of water in the car.
You throw it out?
No, like the next day, if I didn't drink, like if I drank a third of it
Yeah.
and I come back the next day and it's been out in the heat and everything, I don't like water that
You
went
don't
from
put it back in the
cold.
fridge? It's water.
No, if I don't bring it in.
But I'm saying it's
Like
water.
let's say today I had a bottle of water
Yeah.
and I get home, whatever, 3:00. And the rest of the afternoon of the heat, and then tomorrow I get in my car at like 11. Oh, I'm throwing that out. Yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah. It's practically been boiling with the heat.
No, you take the bottle out of your car, put it in the fridge.
Okay, but I'm saying if I don't bring it out. Yeah,
I
it's
get
go-
what you're saying, but don't throw out the
No,
water.
it's going. I mean, I might pour it in the grass. Yeah.
All right, at least the yard's getting something.
And the yard goes, hey, what's with the hot water? Got my grass yelling at me. Ouch. The 11 o'clock hour kicks off with the news next.
Let's really do the news.
Yes. Now it is time to do the news.
But now it's time for the news.
11 o'clock hour, WY Jim Orlando, WJR HD2 Cocoa Beach. Game 2 of the NBA Finals goes tonight. Knicks lead the series 1-0 against the Spurs. Tip time set for just after 8:30. Last night, drama in the Stanley Cup final as Carolina is down 2-0, desperately trying to get their crowd back involved. The next thing you know, all blank breaks loose. They score quickly to tie. Then they go up 3-2. Then Vegas scores, and we go to overtime, and Carolina wins in overtime. At controversy, John Tortorella, the Vegas coach, he challenged a play that looked as if the whistle did not blow and the puck did cross the line and should have counted. Didn't get the call. And Chris, you want to talk about a penalty? You lose the challenge in hockey, you get a penalty. And Carolina scored.
I like that.
And then Vegas scored, go to overtime, and Carolina wins. And all of a sudden, they got life now. They were looking at being down 2-0 going to Las Vegas. They got life with the win, but there was drama. Two really good NHL games that we have seen to start the Stanley Cup. They'll play Game 3 in Las Vegas. Texas wins back-to-back Women's College World Series. They beat Texas Tech 4-1 last night. Aaron Judge goes on the IL 4 to 6 weeks. Stress fracture in his rib.
That's the world's smallest violin.
Huh?
The world's smallest violin.
I'm on the stream right now?
Yep.
You know what that is? Can't see me on the stream now, can you, huh?
Very professional, Mark.
I didn't ask for your sympathy. I just said he's out 4 to 6 weeks.
You made the face. Like,
I didn't ask for your forgiveness or sympathy.
You made the face.
That'd be back in early August when someone's sitting in that stadium. Hey, that much. Let that crap out. Get yourself back out there. Yeah, got to hand it to the folks at FIFA. They reversed their policy, and now you can't bring bottled water into any World Cup stadium.
Can we still bring chicken?
No. No, I mean, you can't bring any food or liquid inside the stadium. Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty standard, though, for any sporting event.
Hydration breaks have become common in international events and will be used in the World Cup. Of course, 30 seconds longer. Well, I can get another spot in. So, yeah, there will be hydration breaks. U.S. plays their first World Cup match a week from now. The ads can't start within 20 seconds of the referee whistle, must end more than 30 seconds before the game restarts. FIFA and Fox are working to make sure that they get the breaks in that they need.
So who's going to get blamed if that they don't follow that rule? If a spot is airing while match is going on, who's going to get blamed?
They won't signal play back in until somebody gives them a signal. And if it's too long, then someone will call it out, but they're not going to do it. And to some degree, Fox is in the better position for the amount of money they're paying. And it really is in Fox. It's not. I mean, they're part of the production, but it's a world feed. Everybody gets the same feed. Fox isn't doing a production and then the European feed. Everybody gets the same feed.
What I'm saying, is it a producer fault? Is it the ref's fault if he starts too early?
I don't know, but I'm sure that there'll be some sort of signal. Not signal. The ref in the earpiece is told, hold up. Well, now, if you're expecting it and then it's another minute, that's a problem. If it's 8, 10, 12 seconds, it's not that big of a deal. But they do want, it's not just the World Cup, it's any major soccer competition. They want games within 2 hours. And again, even if you're not a soccer fan, you can appreciate that they are committed to making sure that, for the most part, you get a 2-hour game. Yeah. Let's see. Shohei Ohtani. I mean, I don't know what else you can do to impress. 6-2 record. The ERA is .74. 0.74. It's the lowest ERA through 10 starts, third lowest ERA through 10 starts in Major League history. It's insane. Crazy.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Yeah. Really good. College baseball super regionals get underway today, and you've got, there's some really interesting matchups. Little Rock is playing at Troy. One of those teams is going to be playing in the College World Series a week from today. Good. That's the beauty of that tournament, man. It's the beauty of that tournament. So there you go. Tomorrow, by the way, U.S. men's national team will play Germany in the final tune-up. That'll be in Chicago. And the Belmont Stakes runs tomorrow, the 158th edition. And our Orlando Storm, Sunday, 3 o'clock against the D.C. Defenders for the third consecutive week.
Can't stop the Orlando Storm.
The other side is Louisville and St. Louis, but it doesn't really matter. Why? Because if Orlando wins, they'll play D.C. again next week in the championship. Just third week in a row, right? Back with the week in review next.
Missed anything during the week?
What?
We've got you covered.
Yeah. Here we go.
Let's take a look back at the week that was. It's the Beat of Sports Week in Review with Marc Daniels.
All right, time to look back what happened in the week that was on this program. Josh Robbins of The Athletic, who covers the NBA and the Wizards in Washington, covered the Magic during the playoffs and covered the Magic for a long time when he worked for the Sentinel. On Monday's program, talked about the Magic hiring Sean Sweeney.
He's going to bring us a strong X's and O's defensive skill at the minimum. His specialty is defense. And no one doubts that he's a very good X's and O's defensive coach. What I would say about any incoming head coach who has only been an assistant coach, or in Sean's case, associate head coach, is that there's a lot more to it than X's and O's. You got to be able to hold a room, and you've got to be able to communicate. You've got to be able to instill belief. And that's not to say he can't do it. There's no reason to think that he can't do it. It's just that it's something that's very difficult to be able to anticipate ahead of time until someone actually does that job.
More basketball talk on Tuesday. Brian Schmitz covered the Magic for many, many years. I invited him on Tuesday's program initially to compare the third year of Shaq. The Magic went to the NBA Finals. Third year for Wemby. He's in the finals, and both incredibly unique. Never seen anything like that type players. And then I asked Brian to share his thoughts on how he views the current state of the Magic.
It's so hard to evaluate when you don't have health. The last two seasons, both those kids, Paulo and Franz, both been hurt. And even Jalen Suggs seems he misses a stretch of games.
Mm-hmm.
It's really hard to evaluate, but I think they need a point guard. And if I'm them, I would move Franz Wagner, if you could, for the Greek Freak in Milwaukee. I would try to get that done. Because I mean, that's a once in a lifetime player. And Jeff Weltman has a history with Giannis, so that's the move I would make.
Whether that happens, time will tell. I'm not quite sure. On Wednesday, show Keith Smith stopped by for his weekly basketball. There's a lot of hoop talk this week for obvious reasons, and talked about blowouts for the Knicks.
Yeah, it's really interesting that, like you said, these teams have kind of, the Knicks in some respects, after game one against the Cavs, in leading up to that and after, they've coasted. They haven't even been challenged. I mean, we're on a historic run for even the regular season, never mind the playoffs, of winning margin for a number of victories in a row for the Knicks, and they're rolling. Now, this is the biggest challenge they've faced by far, and the Spurs were more challenged by the Thunder, but I think we're just in a position where it's going to be really interesting to see kind of how it all comes together for both of these teams. Yeah, if it's a tight game late, I think I give advantage Knicks, because I think they know a little bit more where they want to go, because it's going to involve Jalen Brunson having the ball. With the Spurs, you want to get it to Wemby, but it's not always quite as easy as it sounds to make that happen.
He was right towards game one, right? It was all Brunson in the fourth quarter. Do you believe that the clutch gene is real? Some players just have it and some don't.
Yeah, I believe it.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean,
it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard not to.
Well, I mean, as Mike was talking about, he's on with this. Some guys are not afraid. Okay, I just missed 2, 3, 4 shots. I'm going to make the next one. There's a lot of deep scientific study of all that stuff. But there are some other guys like Chet Holmgren in Game 7 that simply did not want the ball. Like,
get scared.
There's clips of Chet Holmgren running away from plays to avoid getting the ball past him in Game 7.
You can't do that, man. That's soft.
Yeah. I mean, it may be an extreme, but yeah. On Thursday's program, Chris and I were arguing over about what should happen to the clown that ran on the court in Game 1 between the Knicks and the Thunder. The penalty needs to be, 1, you're still in jail facing severe charges, and 2, you're banned for life.
I agree with the ban. I don't throw him in jail for what, though?
For what?
For what?
He ran on the court during the game. Who knows what could have happened? Listen, okay, he doesn't have a weapon, right? But Chris, he runs on the court, and any player you want gets tripped, gets hurt, suffers a
What
career-
happened? What happened with the Yankees fans with Mookie Betts? Did they get arrested?
Did they get arrested? I think they now live a life of luxury for what they did after that criminal Mookie Betts jumped in the stands to violently attack them.
No, but did they get arrested?
I don't think they got arrested.
They touched a player, Mark.
Chris.
Chris, Mark.
Chris, my sarcasm aside, they belong in jail too.
But did they get arrested? No.
I don't know. Oh, doesn't mean it's okay.
I'm not saying it's okay.
All right.
But if they did not get arrested for touching a player.
No, but I'm being consistent. They all should be arrested. You all should lose the privilege of going to that stadium, that sport, period. Otherwise, you're just going to encourage it.
I agree with the ban.
Arrested. 2 minors, don't know the exact charges yet, banned for
What are you going to charge them with?
Go back and listen to the sports law segment Richard Hill today. Like I said, put him in a room with Mitchell Robinson. That's the week in review.
Stud of the week.
So we just talked about the clutch gene and if some guys have it or not. I don't know if this guy has it, but to give up an inside the park home run because you just lost the ball in the lights, but then to come back in the bottom of the 9th and win the game for your team, got to give it up to Pete Crow Armstrong. You give up an inside the park home run because you lose the ball in the night, and then you redeem yourself. Good for you. You didn't let the blunder affect your mental aspect.
Yeah, that's nice. Funny that Chris left out this part.
We're in the 6th inning. The A's lead 2-0. Shea underneath it, a touch. Bo Armstrong can't find it. It drops. It goes on.
I just said
the video's hilarious. He just puts his hands out and the ball drops 30 feet behind him, like he wasn't even in the area, like not even close.
But a lot of guys they would have let that bother them.
No.
So good for him for redeeming himself. Ultimately, didn't cost his team the game.
Okay. I'm gonna do 2 of these. Okay.
Okay.
So my first is Tegan Caven. She's the MVP of the Women's College World Series. But in 2 years, they won back-to-back titles, okay? And softball's different than baseball as far as how often pitchers, can throw. So last year, she had 31 and 2/3 innings, okay? Allowed 3 unearned runs last year. 18 strikeouts and 6 walks. She had 4 wins and a save. This year, she goes 33 and a third of the College World Series. ERA of 1.47, 30 strikeouts and 3 walks. So the 7 games she pitched in, she won 4 of them and had 2 saves.
Nice.
She's practically unhittable. And, back-to-back champions. Here's my other, okay? Chris, you probably didn't watch. Maybe you did see at least the highlight. Braden McNabb of the Las Vegas Golden Knights was in front of the goal last night in Game 2 and took a slap shot to the mask, the plexiglass shield in front, and immediately goes down. If you watch the super slow-mo, it is frightening. The puck comes up, hits him, he drops, there's blood, he knows there's blood, he gets up, and they take him off, okay? He goes to the hospital. And flew home with the team. And to be determined if he plays in Game 3. To be determined. I quit the sport. To be determined, this guy might play in Game 3. Hasn't been ruled out yet.
There is, without a doubt, hockey players are the toughest. They are, without a doubt, the toughest of all athletes.
You saw the clip, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
And
oh my God.
And yet in the NBA, we're concerned about them playing back-to-backs.
Is he hurt? Is he hurt? No, but he played at 10 o'clock last night.
Soft.
This guy takes a 90-mile-an-hour slap shot to the face.
Soft.
Wow.
Basketball players, not not the hockey player.
Dud of the week.
So we just talked about the fans, plural, that got banned from NBA arenas for life. Did you see this? Buffalo Wild Wings, the tweet that they sent out?
I did not.
Internet, help us find the banned fan. He can watch the rest of the finals at B-Dubs on us. Are you kidding me?
Did they really do that?
Yeah.
Wow.
They posted that 18 hours ago and it's still up.
Is it really?
Are you kidding me? How asinine is that? How can you be so stupid and tone deaf?
Hey, bank robber looking for a place to hide out?
Like,
How
are you
about some garlic parmesan wings?
on us?
Wow.
We'll take care of you. Are you kidding me?
That's where you got to wonder the zany social media guys like, hey, put it out there. You want to check with Bob, the manager? No, just put it out
Oh
there.
my God, that's
Wow.
so dumb.
Wow. Again, I got two.
Mhm.
I mentioned earlier with Richard in the Sports Law segment, FIFA's reversed their policy of allowing people to bring bottled water in. I mean, we're talking summertime in America and so forth. So up until this World Cup, host countries handle ticket sales. Host countries handle ticket sales for the World Cup. FIFA decided it would be a better secured system if they controlled the ticket sales. And when the U.S., Mexico, and Canada made a joint effort to bid for the World Cup, they promised thousands of tickets for the group stage would be $21. So FIFA controls ticket sales. And by the way, Chris, you got to like this. They take a 15% commission as both the buyer and seller. Okay, you just want to talk about it. But now there was a computer glitch and 60, not 600, not 6,000, not 60,000. 60 people got free tickets because of a computer glitch. And FIFA then erased their ticket. Instead of saying, hey, computer glitch, it's 60 seats, enjoy the World Cup for you, they canceled the ticket. Yeah. Yeah, but without a doubt, this week's Dud of the Week is the one and only Gilbert Arenas.
The spotlight is coming to you. So if the spotlight is going to come to you, then I'm going to keep you home. Because it's
Boston.
It's your city. No, Utah.
That's not home.
It's not home for you, but it's been home for the last few years. Right. And that is your city right now. Right? So
Utah's also not a city, by the way.
What is it?
Salt Lake City. State.
What do they call it?
What are they Utah?
I'm just be honest. We didn't pay attention to Utah, so that's different. You know what I mean?
Salt Lake City was the city that you played in when you played the.
Oh my God!
And then BYU's in pro.
You got to be
Charleston.
Yeah. I want to go back to this one other point of the clip. Hold on.
Utah.
That's not home.
It's not home for you, but it's been home for the last few years. Right. And that is your city right now. Right? So
Utah's also not a city, by the way.
What is it?
It's a planet. You're like, whoa, what are you? What is it?
There's no words. There's no words. There's no words. All that dead air between it's a state.
It's the best.
What is it? The state.
It's the best.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Gilbert Arenas guy sitting next to him's like, how do I not make him look bad because I'm kind of living off.
There
him.
is
so you know.
He's an idiot. He is coming off as an idiot.
And by the way, AJ DeBonce is from Massachusetts. That's why he said that's who he's talking to. That's why he said, oh, in Boston. It's like, no, the city where you lived in the last several years. He did finish up a year of high school at a basketball-made high school in Utah, and then playing at BYU. But what is it? The planet. I mean, well,
no. The best part is, what is it? A state.
Right.
Oh, God, the silence is so hurtful.
That's the Weekend Review.
The weekend is coming, and we've already seen the script. From the locker room drama to the mind-boggling calls, we're giving you the weekend spoilers on a Friday. Here's what will we be talking about Monday.
All right, Chris, follow me here.
Okay.
If, and I hope that's the case, if the Knicks win tonight, they're up 2-0.
Yep.
Among the things we'll talk about Monday is the get-in price for Game 3 at Madison Square Garden.
It's already up to what, 8,000?
I think it's 7+. But if the Knicks win tonight, the get-in price for Game 3 and then Game 4, because if the Knicks win tonight and they win Monday, that'll become the story. Because right now, it is believed to be the most expensive sporting event ever in New York to get in.
Should it be 3-0? Game 4. Will the get-in price reach, like the cheapest ticket at MSG, will it reach 10 grand?
Oh, I'm telling you, Monday's game is going to be 10 grand if the Knicks win tonight.
Oh, my.
Yeah. Yeah. Now,
so a game.
Again, that doesn't mean that come Monday at 4 o'clock, there's not a ticket that pops up somewhere. But yeah, I think if you go online Monday, if we come back to work on Monday and the Knicks are up 2-0, I think we'll go online and I think it'll be hard to find a ticket below 10,000. If the Knicks win Game 3, I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't even know where to go. I would not even know where to go.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Come Monday, the Storm will be in the UFL championship game
against the Defenders.
I mean, DC coming to Daytona. You what are you getting the plane for? Wasting time. Yeah. I want St. Louis too next, so let's just go. Yeah. Don't even worry about that. Las Vegas Golden Knights will be up 2-1 in the Stanley Cup final. I predict that. And then for those interested, tomorrow, Uncle Mark likes Chief Wallaby and Renegade to finish 1-2 in the Belmont Stakes. That'll be a 3-4 exacta. You're not going to make a lot of money off of that. But they run the Belmont at Saratoga tomorrow. The last Belmont that'll be run there, because they're finishing up. It's practically done. The new and all-improved Belmont Park. So that's what we'll be talking about coming up on Monday. Let's talk to Kurt from Maxine's on Sean. We do that on these Fridays to find out what's happening at his place as we dive into the weekend. So we say good day to you, sir. How are you?
I am outstanding, my brother. Thank you kindly. And yourself?
Can I ask you a question that I asked Mike O'Donnell earlier?
Sure. Go right ahead.
You're in line. I was at a media meal in Auburn, when you started playing baseball there. They had chicken wings, which, I don't normally like to eat chicken wings while you're in a game, but potential rain delay, lightning delay. There's 20 wings left, and there's 5-6 people behind you. Are you pressured to take less wings than you actually want?
I think you kind of are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because
Yep.
Yeah, I think so. I think you may have to dive into Chris's favorite broccoli salad that's on down the line, a little bigger portion than what you would normally take, versus those extra wings.
Chris would rather choke to death on one of the wing bones than eat a broccoli salad. So,
but Mark, your socially conscious self never ceases to amaze me, sir. That's a beautiful way of thinking.
Chris, you want to comment there? Something or what?
No, I'm just gonna say don't ruin a salad with broccoli.
Wow. Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, what's happening at Maxine's on Sean, my friend?
Well, Mark, it is, as we promised to everybody out there, the inner foodie in all of us, brother, the season is here. The Epicurean staycation season, folks. And, Mark, when you hear me talk about that, I often like to refer to it as, a lot of people during the summertime, well, even with the high cost of summer, regardless of that, some of us decide that, what's a great vacation? It's just kind of traveling around town and maybe going out to eat and checking out some places that I haven't been to, or maybe revisiting places that I have. And, well, Bite 30 is a beautiful calling card for doing that. It's almost like waving the flag up in the air. Hey, all you foodies, everybody's sticking around. And when you consider a staycation or a daycation is a great time to go out with your significant other, or friends, family, that kind of thing, and going and getting a great meal. Well, Bite 30 is kicking off that season. And Mark, I got to tell you, we started it on Wednesday night. I probably had about 30 people on Wednesday night, probably had about 35, 40 last night. They came in specifically for this menu. And we're already being told, man, we scouted out this thing. We love the menu that you're presenting. For those of you out there that don't know what Bite 30 is, this is the promotion. It's over the course of 6 weeks, started in June, and it's a price fixed menu, 3 courses, $38 a person. It's about 25 to 30% savings off the regular menu. You say, man, $38. Let me think, what did it cost me the last time I went to McDonald's drive-through? How the heck are they doing this? How are you able to put out a really great quality product? Well, we work with our suppliers, our providers, and they know summer's a tough time for everybody. So we're all working out there, and we work with deeper deals, and we promise to bring in product for about 6 to 8 weeks. So we're guaranteed those lower prices that allow us to provide that kind of value to you. Okay, Kurt, that sounds good, but what can we expect to be on there? Man, let me tell you real quick, everybody. So like in the first course, you're going to have a choice of Bahamian conch chowder. Everybody just kind of sit back, relax. Imagine you're in that hammock. Yeah, you're doing that staycation. Maybe you didn't get to the beach like you wanted to, but hey, when you're having a cup of Bahamian conch chowder, you can imagine that breeze going on. You're biting those delicious chunks of conch. With that, we're also putting the little corvina fish in there. That's a Florida fish that's going on. It's kind of like sea bass. So those are going into the mixture in that. It's a beautiful, spicy kind of seafood medley, and with a Caribbean tomato broth in it. We've got our fried green tomatoes. That's a fan favorite. The great thing, everybody out there, Bite 30 is a mix of new food with old school classics. This one, we're doing our buttermilk soaked panko Parmesan crusted fried green tomatoes, house-made pimento cheese right on top of that. Yummy. Little side of jalapeno aioli. You want to dip into that? Absolutely great way to go. Moving into entrees, we've got right now, we talked about that corvina fish. 6 to 8 ounces. We're bringing that in. It comes in about every other day to us, caught off of the west coast of Florida, filleting that up. That's got a sweet, moist texture to it. Kind of like a sea bass meets a swordfish. Beautiful lemon caper beurre blanc. So keeping that a nice light sauce with a little bit of saltiness kicked into that. A little sweet potato mash going along with it, and asparagus. Absolutely gorgeous presentation. We've got a lamb and hummus tzatziki bowl. So you want something lighter, man. Thinking about a nice light bowls. Bowls are very popular out there right now. Little lamb, lentils, hummus, fresh vegetable bowl that's got tomatoes, cucumbers, sauteed onions, little feta cheese, zucchini mixed in there. Something on the lighter side. Of course, we're going to have a steak on there. We got that Wagyu filet of sirloin with it. We've got our chicken Maxines. All of you that know that's our signature dish. Beautiful entrees, appetite or desserts. We're doing a beautiful chocolate mousse. It's white chocolate and milk chocolate mousse, topping that off with a little fresh whipped cream and a mint on it. 1 of 3 desserts. So we got all that great drink specials to go along with it. There is something on this menu for everybody for coming out for Bite 30. We'd really love to have you come out and try it on for size. Of course, we've got brunch going on right now. Rejuvenation Brunch is starting your weekend early as you're getting on with those vacation trips. Don't forget, all day Friday, doing happy hour from 10 a.m. till 6:30. Our fantastic 5 for 5 items on the bar menu for $5, y'all, along while you can enjoy some great brunch features and our handhelds as we move into dinner time and that sort of thing. Of course, Mark, for you and me, we're hoping that they all remember, and they will. Father's Day. Don't forget, everybody, Father's Day, June 20th, coming up very soon. That's also International Make Music Day. We're going to have about 10 different musicians performing. We're going to pull out the grill and the smoker, have it out on the outdoor patio area. We're going to do barbecue sampler dishes, plates for you with ribs, brisket, and chicken on that. So go ahead and start making your reservations for us. That live music, don't forget about live music this weekend. We got Roger Docking, Johnny Diggs, and Miguel Jose playing throughout the weekend. Live music, no extra charge for that. The easiest way to find out all this and much, much more, make your reservations, is to go online to Maxine'sOnShine.com. Right there on the homepage, you can click on the Book a Table tab. Look for the times and tables that are available for you. Check out the menus, the entertainment lineups. Any other questions that you have, give us a call, 407-674-6841 to Maxine's on Shine. Bite 30. Come get it. Be the one to tell your friends, not the other way around. You want to let them know. We look forward to seeing everybody sometime soon. As is always, thank you to all the listeners. Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Chris. You guys have a great weekend, and we'll see you at Maxine's on Shine.
Thank you, friend. Miss any of that, go to Maxine'sOnShine.com. Back to wrap the week next.
time for the latest news, gossip, trends, and off-the-wall stories. Trends.
That's the craziest thing I ever heard.
All right, again, game 2 tonight. Knicks and Spurs and other sports coming up for the weekend. Chris, anything big for the weekend?
Not this weekend. Next weekend's going to be a pretty big weekend. But this weekend, probably just chilling. Malachi Lawrence got his contract.
Former Knight Malachi Lawrence got, 20-plus guaranteed?
20-plus, fully guaranteed.
Good for him.
He's going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year. Either him or Caleb Downs. Just saying.
Okay, that's fine. I talked to Gus when I saw him at Auburn. I said, did you talk to Malachi? I said he did. Happy for him. Gus brought him in. And, yeah, good guy. Good guy. Okay. Well, have a nice weekend, Chris.
You as well. What do you got going on?
I'm catching up from being on the road so much. So I got a lot of house stuff with the wife and just some other things to catch up on. And so things like that. Yeah. Miss any of this program, go where you get your favorite podcast. Type of the Beat of Sports on demand. If you want to watch the video stream, go to our YouTube page, 96 The Game Orlando. Click on the logo and the live button. You can watch the video stream back anytime you want. We always end the week telling you do something kind for someone who doesn't expect it. They'll appreciate it. You feel good about yourself, and it's easy to be kind. Have a great weekend. Chris and I are back on Monday for the Beat of Sports.